what's up? Welcome to the 13th episode of Slay It with Anita. Since it's a Thursday, I'm talking about sessions with Sue, where I'm tapping into what she has shared in her book NLP at Work, 3rd edition. I'm continuing the journey of metaphors, where in the previous episode I shared that I'm going to narrate a story that Sue has narrated in her book. How many of you remember childhood stories? If you're from India, you know all those Chanda Mama stories, the Ramayana, the Mahabharata, the Tenali Rama, like Akbar Birbal. I think there is no dearth of stories that people used to narrate. Grandfathers, uncles, aunts, parents, older siblings. If you're from anywhere else in the world, well, tales of fairy tales or legends or so many folklore. This was our environment's way of metaphorically trying to teach us some sensible lessons in life. So I'm guessing you must be liking stories because you all have turned out fine, right? Well, today is about stories. So I'm going to narrate 2 stories and I'm going to read quite a bit of it. So please pay close attention. And the reason why I'm choosing to read the story part is because I don't want anything to be lost in translation. After all, stories, just like one single word, or just like expressions, metaphors can play a huge role in, or stories can play a huge role as metaphors to influence someone with elegance and respect. Yes, that's what Sue says. When you want to influence someone with elegance and respect, and how cool is that? Because if I'm able to influence you while respecting everything that you stand for and in a very elegant manner, does it not increase the chances of you seeing things my way? Well, the same could happen to you, right? So this is where I'll first talk about the story 1. Today is about 2 stories. So in the first story, what happens is this is something Milton Erickson. Milton Erickson was like the exemplar which the founder fathers of NLP, Richard Bandler and John Grinder, actually modeled on. Now he was a therapist, right? And apparently he uses metaphors like beautifully. He's like this master of change. So when he was asked about how does he do his therapy work, he narrated this story. So people, please pay close attention. One day an unknown horse strayed into the yard of the farm where I lived as a child. No one knew where this horse had come from, as it had no markings by which it could have been identified. There was no question of keeping the horse. It must belong to someone. My father decided to lead it home. He mounted the horse and led it to the road and simply trusted the instinct of the horse to lead itself towards its home. He only intervened when the horse left the road to eat grass or to walk into a field. On these occasions, my father would firmly guide it back to the road. In this way, the horse was soon returned to its owner. The owner was very surprised to see his horse once more and asked my father, "How did you know the horse how did you know that the horse was from here and it belonged to me?" My father replied, "I didn't know. The horse knew. All it did was keep him on the road." You're reflecting, right? So powerful, because not just about the therapy work that Milton did, it's also pretty much the way NLP functions, where we believe that the other person has all the resources that they need. So with this simple metaphor, you understand how you can engage with someone just in a little subtle basis, because they have it all. And when you want to influence someone, all you got to do is just ensure they're on the road, and then they'll figure things out for themselves. Because that's what happens with metaphors as well. Because the minute you and I are exposed to metaphors, we make our own unique sense of it and we work with it and we use it to deal with our situations in life. Or rather, it represents the structure of our experiences and how we look at things. On that note, story number 2. This is about where Sue is referring to a client of hers who apparently was unhappy with what she was experiencing as the dominance of her business partner, right? Now, she was thinking of working independently. Now, when I say she here, I mean the client of Sue. She was thinking of working independently, Although she did not have the experience of marketing, neither did she have the financial expertise to manage her own business. She was not listening to the advice from others that others were giving her about having someone with her who could support her in some aspects of business. And then Sue tells her a story. This is how it goes. Once upon a time, there was a trapeze act. They were famous. Although in any promotions, the elder acrobat always got first billing. The younger acrobat was increasingly doing all the new stunts and had managed a triple somersault, swinging from the trapeze on one side of the tent to the other, where her partner would wait with arms outstretched to balance her as she landed on the waiting platform. She decided to practice some new acts on her own and was increasingly confident with her mastery of a quadruple somersault with a twisting turn at the end. She did not tell her partner about this, although he could tell how much more skillful she was becoming and had congratulated her on that. You so far with me? One night in the circus, during a live performance, she decided that she would attempt her new act. She whispered to her partner that she was going to do something new, she was going to do something solo, and for him to trust her. He looked surprised but stood back on the platform. She prepared herself and swung out high and far. But as she did so, she realized that she might not have given herself enough momentum. She turned in the air and looked towards the waiting platform. With fear, she pushed herself towards it, and at that moment, her partner, sensing the danger, reached out, catching his hands in hers. Now, how do you feel about metaphors? Interesting, right? Mull over it. Reflect on both these stories. And I'll catch you in my next episode where we will spend a little more time exploring this beautiful subject called metaphors. Till then, stay home, stay safe. Lockdown is still there in many parts of the world, and love you guys. Take care.